I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss. One night. Got your hat. Got your hat. Got your hat.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys? Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running!
Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned wannabe boxer who's been running his mouth louder than a megaphone, just pulled the plug on his fight with Mike Tyson. Yeah, the Mike Tyson. And now he's getting roasted left and right, with Floyd Mayweather leading the charge. Mayweather's duck goose jab is the kind of humiliation Jake didn't see coming. So here's the question. Is Jake finally realizing that he bit off way more than he could chew, or is this just another play for attention? I'm thinking his mama didn't give him enough hugs. Alright man, let's be honest here. Jake Paul loves attention, and what better way to get it than by claiming that he's gonna go toe-to-toe with a boxing icon? I mean, Tyson, even in his 50s, has still got that aura of danger about him. Now people who've been knocked out by him are probably still having nightmares. Jake, on the other hand, is known for beating up basketball players and retired MMA fighters. A showdown with Tyson would have been his biggest leap yet, and Jake, ever the self-promoter, used his platform to milk it for all it was worth. But as the fight day got closer, the cracks started to show. Jake, the king of overconfidence, suddenly seemed a little bit, I don't know what's that word, hesitant? Yeah, then came the official cancellation. Jake pulled the plug. No clear excuse, no explanation, just a quiet withdrawal from what could have been the biggest fight of his career. But you know, this move only sparked a lot of rumors. Was Jake scared? Did he realize that facing a legend like Tyson might be career suicide? Was he gonna lose because unlike all the old geriatric men that he fought, this dude was gonna fight back? I mean, let's be real, y'all. Mike Tyson, if he would've landed even one punch, Jake would've probably still be picking his teeth up off the floor. Now, whatever the reason, the fight that everybody was talking about turned out to be nothing more than a whole bunch of hot air. Jake bailed, and in doing so, opened himself up to a world of roasting from boxing fans, critics, and pros alike. Now enter Floyd Mayweather.
You know, once you get in there with a real fighter that can really fight, it's gonna be over.
In classic Mayweather fashion, he did not hold back. With a smirk, he hit Jake with duck goose. Now it was a simple line, but man, did it pack a punch. Mayweather was calling out Jake's habit of talking big but dodging actual challenges. Now y'all could almost hear the mic drop after that one. Mayweather's roast wasn't just about the Tyson fight. It was about Jake's entire career up to this point, jumping into the world of boxing, hyping up fights, and then when things got real, suddenly vanishing like Houdini. Now Floyd's made it clear that Jake loves to fight fake boxers, and when it gets real, he backs down like a little punk. Floyd was basically saying, we see you, Jake, you ain't fooling nobody. And let's be real, man, he's got a point. Mayweather's been in the ring with the best of the best, so when he sees someone like Jake, a YouTube kid, who likes to play dress up as a boxer, he ain't impressed by that. Now this roast wasn't just about Jake ducking Tyson, it was about a pattern. Jake's been picking opponents who are easier targets, carefully building up his image without risking a real career-defining fight. It's like he's the Diet Coke or the Kool-Aid Light of the boxing world, know what I'm saying?
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss. One night. Got your hat. Got your hat. Got your hat.
But his roast didn't come out of nowhere neither. The tension between Jake Paul and Mayweather has been simmering for a while now. It all goes back to that infamous gotcha hat incident. In May 2021, Jake decided it'd be a great idea to pull a prank on Floyd during a press event for Logan Paul's fight against Mayweather. Now Jake, with his signature cocky grin, snatched Floyd's hat right off his head, yelled "gotcha hat," and ran off like a kid who just stole candy. Now that was a big mistake. Floyd lost it. There was chaos, security rushing in, punches flying. What started as a joke quickly escalated into an all-out brawl. So why was this such a big deal? I mean, sure, it was childish, but hats get stolen all the time, right? But not when you're dealing with someone like Mayweather. To Floyd, this wasn't just a dumb prank. It was a blatant sign of disrespect, not just to him, but to the sport of boxing.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you to put that
Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jake?
The whole gotcha hat moment didn't just spark a feud, it solidified the animosity between Floyd and Jake. Floyd even tried to jump Jake outside of an arena, but Jake, and get this y'all, the man ran away like a dog with its tail between his legs. Like y'all can't make this stuff up. He always trying to act so big and bad and cool, but the second that little pig saw the big bad wolf, he ran away to hide in his house made of sticks. Mayweather made it clear that he didn't see Jake Paul as a serious boxer, but more like a sideshow freak, a clown looking to get famous off the backs of real athletes. That's why when Jake canceled the Tyson fight, Floyd wasn't wasting no time in roasting him. So Mayweather's roast wasn't just some off-the-cuff remark, it was part of a bigger ongoing saga between the two. With Floyd's roast echoing across the boxing world, Jake Paul's reputation took another hit. But Floyd wasn't the only one lining up to take shots. Other boxing legends was just getting started too. Man, if y'all thought that Floyd Mayweather's roast was the end of it all, think again. The moment Jake Paul backed out of the Mike Tyson fight, a whole army of boxing legends lined up to deliver their own scorching critiques. Let's just say that when guys like Bernard Hopkins and Lennox Lewis take the time to roast you, things are pretty grim. And these weren't just your usual comments neither. They went all in on Jake, basically telling him to stick to YouTube and leave boxing to the grown-ups who don't have to wear pull-ups anymore.
You can't convince me, and I'm no hater, that Jake Paul is a bona fide, certified, professional fighter.
Now first up, Bernard Hopkins, aka the Executioner, didn't mince words. His exact phrase? Tyson will crush him like a bug. Ouch. Hopkins has been around long enough to recognize a mismatch when he sees one, and he was clear that Jake Paul had no business even thinking about stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson. Hopkins wasn't roasting Jake just for fun, he was warning him that if that fight had happened, it wouldn't have ended well. Now Jake would have been picking himself off the canvas, and not in a good way. Lennox Lewis, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, didn't hold back neither. Jake Paul's a joke in the boxing world, he said. And if you know anything about Lewis, y'all know that he doesn't throw around words lightly. Lewis sees Jake as a byproduct of the commercialization of boxing, where fame and clicks matter way more than skill and hard work. So why all these legends piling on Jake Paul? Well, it's not just because they dislike him personally, although let's be real, most of them probably do. It's also because he represents a shift in boxing that they can't stand. The rise of social media influencers, who think that a couple of viral videos give them the right to step into the ring. When legends like Hopkins, Lewis, and Floyd all come together to tell you that you're a joke, well, maybe it's time to rethink your life choices. I mean, how do you come back from being told Tyson would crush you like a bug by Bernard Hopkins? Now, these aren't casual insults, these are the icons of the sport. This dude's credibility is taking a massive hit, especially since he's been talking a big game about wanting to be taken seriously in boxing. Well, now after being dragged through the mud by legends, that dream's looking a little shaky. And then there's the fan backlash. People who was on the fence about Jake's boxing career might now be jumping ship thinking, well, maybe he's just a YouTuber who got lucky. Now that's the problem when your brand is built on spectacle. When the spectacle fizzles out, so does the support. This whole fiasco ties into a larger issue, the clash between entertainment and professional sports. Jake's rise has been more about viral moments than actual skill, and that's why purists like Mayweather are coming for him. So what's next for Jake Paul, the internet kid? Does he go back to fighting retired MMA guys or stage more exhibition fights? Or does he decide to take on a real challenge and a real fighter and try to regain a little bit of self-respect, though he ain't got much left? Honestly, knowing this kid and his type, he's just gonna play up that victim card as much as he can for the attention. But anyway, I wanna know what your thoughts on this situation are. Let me know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode.